So dear friends, we are going to start MCQs on Ind AS 113. Are you ready to test your knowledge of Ind AS 113? Question number 1. What is the purpose of Ind AS 113 fair value measurement? So read those 4 options and tick mark. To provide a definition and a framework for measuring the fair value. To provide a definition and measuring the fair value framework for estimating the value of asset and liability. To provide a definition and framework for determining the value of intangible asset. Is it only applicable to intangible asset? This is gross mistake. To provide a definition and framework for determining the value of financial instrument. Is it only applicable to financial instrument? No, it's applicable to fair value of all assets and liabilities. So therefore, and here it is written estimating the value. They should have used the word fair value. So this is also not acceptable. So fair value of asset, liabilities and equity. So which is the right answer? A. You can follow elimination technique also. Try this one. What is the highest and the best use for the purpose of measuring fair value under Ind AS 113? You have used this term highest and best use for non-financial asset. So let us try the options. The highest and best use is the use of an asset that would maximize its value. Right? Let us read others also. The highest and best use is the use of an asset that would minimize its value. This is wrong. Eliminate. The highest and best use is the use of an asset that would increase its value. Wrong. The highest and best use is the use of an asset that would change its value. Wrong. So what is the right answer? A is the right answer. Very good. Keep answering. Okay. Let us come to question number 3. What is the definition of fair value under Ind AS 113? So you will be getting very close options, and only if you know the correct definition you will get the answer. The price that would be received to sell an asset or paid to transfer a liability in an orderly transaction between market participant. Is it right? Seems to be right. Let us just hold it. The price that would be received to sell an asset or paid to transfer a liability in an immediate transaction. What is the correct word in the standard? Orderly. So this is wrong. The price that would be paid to sell an asset or paid to transfer a liability in an arm's length transaction. This is also wrong because the correct term used in the standard is orderly transaction. In your intermediate, this arm's length word was used. We are not intermediate student anymore. We have grown up. Now point number D, the price that would be received to sell an asset or paid to transfer any liability in a forced transaction between market. This can never be fair value. So again the answer is A. Question number 4. How should a company determine the fair value of an asset or liability under Ind AS 113? So the options are: companies should determine the fair value based on the market price of the asset or liability. Is it right? Then companies should determine the fair value on the basis of cost of the asset or liability. Companies should determine the fair value based on the net present value of the asset and liability. And companies should determine the fair value on the basis of replacement cost of the asset and liability. So the answer is A. This is actually the first preference. So if you have to really choose one of the 4 options, the first option, level 1 input, is market price, option A. Now next is One more question. What is the basis for measurement of fair value under Ind AS 113? Basis for measurement of fair value. It is based on market approach, based on cost approach, based on income approach, and based on asset approach. Market approach. From market participant point of view, we check the fair value. So again the answer is A. Sir, all answers are A only. 6 will also be. Let us take mark. Don't do that. Okay. What is the meaning of a market participant for the purpose of measuring fair value under Ind AS 113? What is the meaning of market participant? Market participant is a person or entity that buys or sells assets or liabilities in the market. Market participant is a person who invests in the assets or liability. This is not right. They have never used the word invest. Market participant is a person or entity that lends money to other market participant. Oh, these are all imaginary definitions. Market participant is a person that provides financial advice to other market participant. If you have read the standard, you will find that, oh, this is such an easy option. But if you have not read the standard line by line in detail, you may make a mistake. The answer was A. Again, one more question I will take, then it is your good luck. What is the meaning of orderly transaction for the purpose of measuring fair value as per Ind AS 113? Orderly transaction means a transaction in which the buyer and seller have equal bargaining power. An orderly transaction is a transaction in which the buyer and seller have unequal bargaining power. No, it can't be orderly transaction. An orderly transaction is a transaction that takes place in a normal market condition. An orderly transaction is a transaction that takes place in exceptional market condition. Exceptional is also not right. So now there is a choice between A and C. 50-50. Orderly transaction means normal transaction. Okay. Nowhere the standard have used the term that they must have equal bargaining power. It should be normal transaction. The buyer knows the price, the seller knows the price, the buyer is free to buy or not to buy, the seller is free to buy or not to buy. There is no force, threat, coercion involved in the transaction. That is called orderly transaction. So the answer was C. Okay. So thank you very much for joining this MCQ session. Bye-bye.